Hello friends, welcome back to my crafty space and welcome to the last video of the Unexpected Story Kit Crush series. This is the last Friday of the month, which means that next month we're going to be diving into a new story kit. So this is the last one of the Unexpected theme. Today, our layout is going to be the most complex out of all of the layouts I have done this month, and it is using this pattern paper as the jumping off point. I loved the messy circles. They almost look like stain marks from a cup, like water leaking out from where a cup was sitting. I think that they are so cool. What I'm going to do with this paper is I'm actually going to add some photos and embellishments into this pattern paper and attach it to a transparency that I have had in my stash for a very long time. In fact, I wonder if there sure is, a plastic protective piece over top. So I cannot even tell you where this came from, because I've had it that long, but I love how the red complements the green and the pink and these reds inside of this paper so well. It gives it gives it a really tropical type of feel, which is pretty much what we're going to be documenting today, a story from our vacation to Mexico last November. I have printed out a handful of photos that I'm going to cut out and add into this circular page. I've also pulled out it's the unexpected things that change our lives 4x6 card. I have plans change, it just happens. This is the largest of the circle chipboard pieces that I had taken out. And then I've also got the 3 window cards. So these pop open and have a space inside for journaling. I did print some journaling that I'm going to stick in here. This is printed on matte clear sticker paper. So I will add that in here as a way to document some stories and then stick those on top of this transparency. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to begin, let's actually do the journaling portion first. So for this, I need my trimmer, my paper trimmer, so I can trim down the journaling as close as possible to the text. So what I'm going to do is stick it in here and then actually let's start this way where there's a straight edge and just getting it super close to the journaling itself. I want there to be as little overhang as possible. Okay, that'll make it putting them into those little square spots a tiny bit easier. And then we just need the individual squares. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now I'm going to open these up and we will stick these all in here. So we're going to start with the traveling to Mexico one. This is going to be the first of the journaling cards when I get them all added on. I'm going to do this first one while you watch, and then the rest of them I'll skip over it because you won't need to see me do this multiple times. Okay, so just like that. So we can see the journaling on the inside, which is awesome. I don't have to handwrite it, and that means that I can add a lot more text in here than I would have if I was handwriting instead. All right, I'm going to do these other 2, and then I will see you back here after that. All right, so with the journaling in place, next let's turn our attention to the pattern paper here. So what I'm going to do is fussy cut the circle here out, and then I'm also going to fussy cut out the photos as well, and then we can use those, we can place those down in the spots where they go. I'm using my precision scissors for all of my fussy cutting. It just gives me a lot more control and makes this whole process a whole lot easier. And I always recommend moving your paper source more than you move your actual blades. So instead of cutting like that, you move the paper and cut fairly straight. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out these, and then we will reconvene after that. Okay, so you can kind of see here how these are going to fit onto the page. I wish I would have left a little bit more white around the one here at the top, but ultimately it's going to be okay. So next what I'm going to do is adhere some of this down, and I think I am going to pop some of it up. So maybe like I will pop this one up. Let's grab my foam tape here. Oh, and I don't have a whole bunch. So we're going to do what we can do with what I have left. And then I need to order some more. Some more foam tape. Let's see if I can. Nope, that is the end of it. Now I do have some foam dots, so let me grab those out and we'll try that instead. Okay, that took me a hot second to find all of those, but here they are. Yay for foam dots. All right, so let's see if we can use some of these up, shall we? So I'm just going to add a couple to fill in the gaps. There we go. So then that one will go up here. This one over here will be popped up. I think maybe this one. Which side do I need? That. Okay. Yeah, I think I will do this one too. Okay. And that one will go like that. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Looks good. So that way we've got 3 that are glued down on the page, 3 that are propped up, and then 1 chipboard. All right, so let's go ahead and start adhering these down. So I'll use roller adhesive. I am going to go ahead and put down all of the photos, and then we will go ahead and hole punch it, which it's going to hole punch on this side. And that's going to work out nicely having the one right here propped, because my holes will be here and here. So that's going to work out just fine. And I might just have to, you know what, we will hole punch this side. So let me add the other elements down. Okay, and then we can trim off the ones on this side since we just might as well, right? And then let's hole punch this so we can figure out where everything's where it's all gonna lie. So I need my 6 hole punch. I've got a template here to make it easier. I'm gonna stick this down in, because if I were to add that chipboard piece, there is no way that I'd be able to use this. So I might have to pull out a punch, one of my crocodile punches, to re-punch a hole, but that'll be easier if we already have the holes ready to go. Okay, so there's that. I'm also going to stitch down So I probably should have done that before I added this photo. It'll be okay, I think. I wonder if I can I pull this back up? No. Nope, we're just gonna leave it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so let's put this down next. But do as I say and not as I do, and maybe wait to put those on until you attach the transparency, which is what we're gonna do here in just a minute. All right. Okay, so we'll add this one up here. So I'll have to hole punch that again, and then plans change. All right. Going to go down here, and we'll have to punch that hole again. Where are you gonna land? I wonder if I can. Move you slightly so that I don't punch through the P, you know? Keep as much of that intact as possible. Maybe like that. Okay, so let's see what happens when we punch through the chipboard. I'm sure it will be fine. Yep, that worked out. And this one. Okay. And we'll trim the edges off here, all the pieces that are all the elements that interacted with the edge of the page. Okay. So there's that part. Next what I'm going to do is pull out a 10 by 8 page protector so we can figure out where we need to attach the transparency on to get it the right width. So I'm going to grab that real quick. So I actually just grabbed out a page that I had in my album that was outside of the page protector. What I'm going to do, see how much room am I going to have? Not a ton, but a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take a tiny bit of double-sided adhesive that is 1/8 of an inch thick. And I'm going to put that right on the side edge of the transparency so that hopefully we can avoid stitching through that. Then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of adhesive, which I'll be able to rub off here in a minute to hold this in place. And then we can line up the holes and lay everything down like so. Okay, so make sure there's no adhesive there. Rub off the adhesive here. Then I can put this back in the book. And this is exactly where I want it to be. Now, I actually think I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm not going to stitch it because there's no need. It would add a little bit more texture and that would be great, but since I adhered this down already, it would be really complicated to stitch over that, and I don't need to because the adhesive holds it down well enough. And then once I have something on the back side, I will adhere something right here and then add something so it'll look like this. We'll have some kind of photo or paper or something on the back side with some kind of journaling or additional photos on the transparency. So it will enclose it in and I won't have to worry about it falling off. So with that done, the last thing I need to do is add on these journaling bits. So I'm just going to position them me stick the doors back down in so we can see where these are going. Okay, so we've got 3 of them. I think I'm gonna do it just like that. I'm gonna grab that same score tape back out again and use that to adhere these down so that they stay in place indefinitely. So I'm just going to add the adhesive around the perimeter of these little pockets or window cards. Like so. And we'll stick this one down, and then I'll do the other 3 and we'll skip over, or the other 2, and we'll skip over that since you know exactly what it is I'm doing. And skip to just date stamping and finishing this layout up. Okay, so now we just need to date stamp this, and I'll add the date right down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to say November 2021, and let's do November 12th. The 12th would have been somewhere in the middle of the week, so I feel pretty safe as dating it that way. Let me go ahead and read the journaling out loud to you. If you want to skip over this part, you can just skip over to the next chapter in the progress bar at the bottom of the video. For this layout, I have this. So we start with the best surprise, and these kind of somewhat relate to the titles, but also not really. Okay, so this one I said, traveling to Mexico in the fall winter can be a bit risky with the weather. We got so lucky and had gorgeous sunny weather every day with naptime rain. It was perfection. Didn't anticipate this. We were excited for the chance to play on the beach with the kids. We didn't expect for them to not like the beach or ocean very much. Super unexpected. And then did not see this coming. On the other hand, they really loved the water park with all the slides. I was so proud of them for being so brave and happy they had such fun. So there we go. Just 3 little bits, 3 little pieces of the story of traveling to Mexico with our family. Friends, that is it for me for today, and that is it for the Unexpected Story Kit. I hope that this video and all the videos in this series this month have inspired you to pull out your story kits and tell some stories in this theme as well. Next month, I'm going to be back again with the Story Kit Crush series, but we're going to be working through the good story kit, and I'm very excited to tell those stories with you as well. Hopefully I'll see you back here for that series. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. I should also say that if you enjoyed this video, to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And now, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will catch you friends in the next video. Bye now.